This video is going to help you with assignments that you have in your class, how to create a new assignment or how to modify the settings of an assignment so that it works better for you. We're in their grade 8 English Language Arts course right now. It's being built, and we would like, let's say that we are wanting to add an assignment in this first block here. You can see there's only a couple things in there. Well, first thing we need to do is turn the editing on in the page so we can get in and make those changes and make those additions that we need. So we'll scroll down. And again, at the bottom of each one of these blocks is the Add an Activity or Resource button. We've learned about that in a previous video. So we want to choose the assignment. The assignment is the hand with a piece of paper. So we're going to add that assignment. And we're going to make a name for it. Sample assignment. Here is where your description would go. What you are to do in this assignment is, and then you could put in a picture, or you could put in a video, or a rubric, or links, or anything you want in here. It can be whatever you want. If you would like to add any files and just take them and drag them straight in from your desktop, you can upload as many files as you want for the students to download and open them. So if you have a blank worksheet that you want them to use, you can attach it to the instructions. Now, some of these other boxes down here can help you customize this. First thing you need to do is make sure that you're allowing submissions. It will automatically default that you allow a submission from the day you created the assignment, and it automatically defaults to give it a due date of a week later. So if you don't want a due date, click that off, and then the assignment is just always open. If you do want a due date, or you want to cut off after a certain date that no one can submit after that, you would have to enable this button. So there's not a due date, but I'm going to cut you off after whatever date I choose. Always show the description. Again, that's up here. I think that's a good idea, to always show the description. You don't have to display it on your course page though, because then your course page gets really long. This next box, submission types. Do you want them just to be able to have online text? And if you're not sure what that means, you can click the question mark button and a help box pops up. So they can either type directly into an editor field for their submission. They can submit right in that field, or you can say that we want only files. We want them to be able to upload files. Do you have a specific word limit you want them to keep within? You can enable that box. How many files would you like them to be able to submit? It goes up to 20. I usually just put 10 in. They're usually not going to get that high, but they'll submit something and they might forget to include a paragraph. So you don't want to just limit yourself to having only one file unless it's something very specific. The maximum submission size is already set at the top limit, 50 megabytes. This should be plenty for just a Word document or images, but sometimes when students are creating more rich videos or things that have extra components in it, they might have a bit of a problem with keeping it within 50 megabytes. There's another video that you might want to click on that can help you, get around this. The rest of these boxes are not so much useful. Like the defaults are fine. So feedback types, do you want comments, do you want to upload files, or do you want to have an offline grading worksheet that's attached? Submission settings. Require students to click the submit button. I usually say yes. And require students accept the submission statement. This statement basically says that the work is my own, or if I've used somebody else's work, I've given credit to them. So it's a good way to introduce that concept of copyright and being digital citizens. Attempts reopened. You could say that you can automatically keep these attempts opened until they pass. You can put, our students going to be submitting in groups. If you have a group project, there's a way to put students in groups, and you can say, yes, they are going to submit in groups. Do you want all of the group members to submit? No. If one submits, they all get that credit. And the grouping for student groups, so far you don't have any students in groups, so it doesn't give you an option right down here. Notifications. Do you want to be notified that this assignment has come through? I usually say no. I don't need the emails. I check every day. So that's up to you. If you want to have an email sent when something is submitted, that's your preference. Or late submissions. And notify students is the setting is yes, that the students get notified when you've marked it. The grade one is another one you're going to need to get into. Do you want them to have a point out of 100, out of 20, out of 25? You could have a scale, and here are the different types of scales that are put in. You know, complete the GSCS Common Grading Scale might be something you're using if you're in our division. Unsatisfactory, satisfactory, outstanding, or none. Maybe you just want them to hand in the assignment just to show that they can upload an assignment. Maybe that's your first one. Grading method, do you have a marking guide or a rubric built in already? Or just simple direct grading, I'll mark it right there. You can put it into a separate category. If you know that you want this one to be in Unit 2 assignments, it automatically puts it in there and your grade book keeps up. The rest, blind marking. You can click this option as yes if you don't want to know who the assignment is from until after you've submitted the marks. These two you don't usually work for, like they're a little more, they're defaults, you don't need to worry too much. Activity completion. If you don't want them to be able to click the checkbox to say that they've completed the activity, you can mark it off, or show it's complete when the student must open this activity, they must view it, or they must receive a grade, or they must submit this activity to complete it. So that they open it, or grade it, or receive a grade for it. So any of those, as soon as you're done, you can save and display. And it should take you to what the students will see. And there it is. So I didn't type much in there at all, but you can see there's one group. There's 0 people started and 0 people have submitted. As the teacher, you can now click right here and you can see all the submissions that have come in. If you want to go back and edit that block, if you you changed your mind about something, you just go right back in to edit your settings. Okay. This is all changeable. This is all editable. If you return to your course, it will show up at the bottom of the list of the topic box that you just used. There it is right there. Okay. If you don't want to, if you don't like it or you need to edit it, you can edit settings right there. So I hope this helps you. Any of the assignments in your courses, they're all able to be edited by you to make it work best with your class. So good luck with that.